Hey guys, my name's Chelsea and I am the creator of Uplevel Society. Uplevel Society is about helping women get to the version of themselves that they never thought they could, especially if you're dealing something like anxiety. So my story starts with I just had crippling freaking anxiety that basically dictated my life, and I no longer wanted to live like that anymore. So I did whatever I could to heal. Now this video today is all about things you could do to get out of that anxious state as soon as possible. So I'm actually going to give you only 2 tips. These tips might seem really simple, they might seem like obvious, but that's because they are. A lot of times people, they're looking for answers and they're like, that's too simple, and not even try it, not give it a chance. You're not going to get further that way. You're not going to heal faster that way. You're not going to heal at all that way. You have to try these things. This is what I did for 8 years until I found exactly what works, exactly how to help, and exactly what I know I need to do in my daily life when I still get those moments where I'm like, oh, this feels like anxiety. I know what to do to make that go away. So these are 2 things you can easily do right this minute to make the anxiety disappear. So the first one, gratitude. So simple. I told you it was so simple, but you cannot be grateful and anxious at the same time. You can't be grateful and angry, grateful and miserable, grateful and sad. You cannot experience those 2 emotions at once. So how do you get into a state of gratitude? Every single morning, and I recommend doing this throughout the day, especially when you're feeling anxious, is I write out 5 to 10 things that I'm grateful for. Some days are easier than others. Some days it's just like a list a mile long. It's super easy to tell the universe, what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for a comfy bed that I can sleep in, and I'm grateful for food in the fridge. I'm grateful for clean water. I'm grateful for my dogs and my cat. I'm grateful for a computer that works and has really fast Wi-Fi. I'm grateful for clothes to wear and shoes to wear. I'm grateful that I have money to go get lunch with my girlfriends if I wanted to. I'm grateful that I have a part-time job that earns me full-time hours. I could go on and on and on. There's so much to be grateful for. And when you start to focus on things that you're grateful for, everyone knows is that what you focus on grows. And if you don't know that, I'll give you a really great example. If you've ever gone car shopping, you know that when you're looking for a particular car or you buy a particular car, you start to see that car everywhere. It's like every single person in the universe has this car, and it's insane to you. It's like, okay, where the heck did all these Honda CR-Vs come from? And you just it's crazy, right? And you think for a minute it might be a fluke, but no, that's just the real thing that goes on your brain. Like, your brain has this thing called an RAS. And your RAS is your reticular activating system. It's part of your subconscious. And this is basically the Google of your brain. And so when you are focused on something, like I remember when I was first car shopping, I really wanted a Jeep Wrangler. And I was searching for Jeeps, and I'd be driving and I'm like, oh, look at that Jeep, oh, there's a Jeep for sale, there's, that person has a Jeep on the side of the road for sale. And it was just like all of a sudden Jeeps were in my peripheral, when before it was like it didn't register in my head when I would see a Jeep. It was just another car on the road, right? So that's what your RAS is. It takes in information of things that you want to focus on, things that you do focus on, things that you want, and it does a search. It really is that simple. So when you're focusing on what's wrong in your life, why you're so depressed, why you're so anxious, why your life sucks, well, guess what? Your RAS is going to be searching for everything and every reason why your life sucks so bad. And this is just reality. This is just the truth. I wish I could tell you that, it's not this way, but it is. What if you were instead focusing on gratitude? Instead, you were focusing on things that you want to happen into your life, your goals, you would see your life drastically take a different direction. You could take those neural patterns of those negative thoughts that you have, because I know how crazy those negative thoughts can be when you're anxious. They're freaking nuts. And that comes from a place of seriously so much love. Like, I'm not trying to call you crazy, but I know like how bad those thoughts can get, and they're just unrealistic. They're unrealistic. Like, from a friend to a friend, like, these thoughts that we have when we're in that anxious mindset they're just not real, and they're crippling. And you gotta make steps today to start changing the voice in your head. So that's my first tip, is practice gratitude in the moment every day. It's one of the most beautiful emotions. The second one is move your body. Now, a lot of you are gonna be like, okay, what in the world is this girl trying to tell me? Be grateful, move my body, like this is just gonna make me heal instantly. Like, no, like you're still going to have to put in a lot of work, but these things are gonna help you get to the place that you wanna be. So why move your body? Like, it's so simple. And I'm not just talking about exercise. I'm talking about just like getting in a state of movement. Like, just imagine a depressed or anxious person. What do you imagine them? Do you imagine that they are sitting up tall and smiling and have glowing skin? Sorry, guys. Do you imagine that they're confident and speak elegantly? Or do you imagine that they're slumped over? Do you imagine that their head's down and they don't really have a lot of confidence, and they don't really talk with authority, and they just kind of seem like mattified, and yeah, like, I mean, that's what you think of when you're thinking of someone in that state. And literally, there was a study done at Berkeley, and they took these depressed people, like highly clinically depressed, and they're like, okay, well, nothing we're doing is working. The medication isn't working, the therapy is not working, so let's just try this study. Like, why not? So the study is so silly, but it was amazing with the results. So they took these people and they had them stand in front of a mirror, like a three-way mirror, so they could see all sides of them for 20 minutes a day, and had them smile at themselves and stand up straight, shoulders back, like, and just smile at themselves for 20 minutes. They did this for 4 weeks. Every single one of those people were off their medication and no longer were depressed. You can look it up. It is insane what your physiology, it's just like, when you change your state, you change your life. And you can do it in an instant. You can literally go from this right now to this right now, and then ask yourself, what one feels better? What one makes me feel like I'm, more confident person? I'm gonna guarantee that when you're like this and you're smiling, like, you're gonna feel so much better. And so also, like, for movement, like, exercise is important, like, once you get into the habit of exercise, you won't want it to leave your body. And I'm going to give you an example of an ocean versus a pond. So a pond is a body of water that's very small, stagnant usually, is kind of muddy. It's not really something that you want to dive into for a quick refreshing swim. You might not even want to fish out of there. Maybe you do, I don't know. But a lot of times you would rather go like into the ocean or to a lake. And then on the lake, on the other hand, it's full of movement, full of beauty, full of wonder, full of, just clear water, soft sand, fishes everywhere. Like, it's so beautiful. But that's because it's moving. So the difference is the movement of the ocean. You want to be an ocean. You want the blood to not just be sitting and stagnating in your body. You want to get everything moving and grooving, and get the oxygen to your lungs and to your organs, and have your, all the fluids and the food get moving and grooving through you. Like, that's what exercise does for you. And on top of the endorphins, on top of the weight loss, on top of the everything that you get from it, it's an amazing thing. You can do it 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day, you know, it doesn't really matter as long as you get up and do something. And the great thing is there's like limitless things that you can do. You can walk, you can join a skate club, you can do volleyball, you could do online videos, you can go to the gym. Like, it doesn't matter what you want to do as long as is moving. But also what I like to do sometimes, and this is really silly, but when I'm like working on my computer and I'm getting like tired and I'm getting like, okay, I just need a break. And you know, a lot of times I, you know, will take that break, but other times I'm just not feeling motivated. And I know, like, you know, just some things feel stagnant in me. I turn on some songs that I know I like to dance to, and I just move my body. You literally just can't take yourself seriously when you're like feeling good and you're moving. Like, you just feel the energy come through you. You know how you feel when you're dancing. You feel good, and you start feeling that come through. So today we learned that you can change your state instantly by practicing gratitude and moving your body. Guys, this is my first YouTube video ever. I hope that this gave you some sort of insight and like helped you in some way. If it did, please like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna be trying to do these videos at least once a week, and you know, just give you small little habits, tips, resources to help you on your way to becoming a better version of you. Thank you guys so much. Again, I'm Chelsea from Up Level Society.